Rob, it took more than 4 months to get to this point from the time jury selection began on October the 8th until today, with the jury handing down, this partial verdict against Michael Madigan, stating earlier that they had reached an impasse on several of the criminal counts against him and his co-defendant, Mike McLean, an impasse, they said, that would not be resolved. Michael Madigan left the federal courthouse this afternoon a convicted felon, and yet the former Illinois House Speaker's thoughts remain private. The Sphinx, as he was once known by some, remained as impenetrable as ever, even as federal prosecutors celebrated their win, albeit a partial one.
Bribery, whether it's the old-fashioned cash stuffed in an envelope or the more refined version practiced by Madigan, is still illegal.
The former speaker was found guilty in 10 of the 23 criminal counts filed against him, including bribery and conspiracy. The jury, however, was unable to reach agreement on several other counts today, including racketeering, the umbrella charge that covered the 5 different criminal schemes alleged in the indictment. The sole juror to speak on his way out of the courthouse saying,
"In terms of count 1, I think we all was kind of on the fence, so we didn't really come to a decision on that one. Personally, what I've learned is that individuals are coming from a different perspective in terms of the way that they view the evidence and the way that it's presented."
The jury deliberated for more than 60 hours over an 11-day period, with the trial itself starting more than 4 months ago. That they were unable to reach a unanimous verdict on all 23 counts is hardly surprising, say some legal analysts, given the enormous complexity of the case, which included the testimony of more than 60 witnesses and hundreds of government exhibits, including emails, wiretapped phone calls, and undercover meetings recorded by not one, but 2 government moles, among them former Alderman Danny Solis.
They've been going on a long time. It was probably just time to end it, finish where they were, and return the verdict that they were able to.
The winner, if he can be called that in this case, is Madigan's co-defendant, Mike McLean. The jury unable to come to an agreement on any of the 6 charges the former speaker's right-hand man was indicted on. The jury unaware until now that McLean already stands convicted of conspiring to bribe Michael Madigan at a separate trial nearly 2 years ago.
My head is spinning, so I can't really put anything in the thoughts right now. So,
were you surprised to hear the verdict?
I was surprised I got indicted.
But while the trial is over, there's still a few more chapters to be written here. Madigan's defense team will undoubtedly appeal the verdict. There is a forfeiture hearing which will start in the coming days, where a judge will have to decide exactly how much money Madigan will have to hand over to the government. And then, of course, there is the sentencing itself. That is still expected to be several months away. And the big question is, how much time in prison could Madigan serve? The guidelines, the maximum guideline for wire fraud, for example, is 20 years in prison, but legal analysts expect that the judge will not issue anything near that, taking into account Madigan's age. He is, of course, 82 years old. Some saying it is unlikely he will serve any more than 5 years in prison.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC7 Chicago Eyewitness News.